Alright. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. I just created a Google account for our class today and just wanted to take a little bit of time and explain how Google Drive works and how we can use it for the benefit of the whole class. So, if you've never used Google Drive before, it's pretty easy. It's just basically a way to store files online. So I use it for all my own personal stuff, as well as all my school stuff. It's really convenient. So instead of all your files being stuck on your computer and having to use like a flash drive or email to, transfer that, you can access all of your files over the internet. As long as you have an internet connection, you can access them from any device. So like I can even access them from my phone if I needed to. So there's a lot of convenience that goes along with something like a cloud service. There's a lot of different companies that offer cloud services. I know Microsoft has their own OneDrive, Amazon has their own thing, Apple, they have iCloud, right? They're all cloud services, just meaning that they have online storage. But the advantage of using Google is they give you 15 gigs for free, whereas a lot of these other companies usually only give you 7 gigs or 5 gigs, even 2 gigs. I think Dropbox is 2 gigs, so it just kind of depends on the different service provider, but I think you get the most for free with Google. I think there's only one other company, but they're not as big. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Just to kind of give you an overview, I'm going to go ahead and open an internet browser. I want to kind of show you my account just so you can see how files view, because I've been using Google for a while and so I have a lot of files. So if you go to the main Google homepage, at the top there's a sign in button and you can just enter in your username. You don't have to type at Google or at gmail.com afterwards, so don't worry about that. You can if you want to. And then you just type in your password. Alright, perfect. So I can tell I'm logged in because at the top that sign in button changed to now my profile picture. Cool? Cool. Alright, so up here at the top there's a little grid, and if you click this shows all the different services that Google offers. They have more, but these are the most common ones. We're going to be talking about this one that looks like a triangle. This is Google Drive. Okay, so this is really the home screen for Google Drive. It's basically here in the center, it's just the folders or the files, or it could be pictures, PDF files, presentation files, Word documents. It really doesn't matter what it is, but that all appears here in the center. On the side, over here, this shows like how much memory is being used. So right now I'm using 19 gigs of my 100, so I actually pay for this because I went over my 15 gigs. I decided to expand. It's only $20 a year, which is a lot cheaper than some of the rates that you get from other companies. So another reason I like Google. Anyway, I think 15 gigs for free would be enough for our class. I just have a lot of personal documents myself. So anyway, that's what this shows. So over here on the left, you can see how much of the 15 free gigs we're going to be using. Okay. Up here at the top, there's a little button that says New. If you click that, this will let you create a new folder if you're just trying to organize. Like maybe if we're talking about like a class, then maybe you want to separate each test by like units. So like unit 1, unit 2, you could create a new folder for that. You just click new folder and then call the name, just say like unit 2, and then it'll appear. Okay. If you want to delete something, you can just select it, right? You just click on it, and then there's a little trash can up here on the right. You just click that and it'll go away. Also under the new button there is a file upload, and then if you have a lot of files you can even upload an entire folder. There's ways you can create documents directly, but that's kind of outside the scope of this little talk, so I'm not going to talk about that. But let's see, when you're clicked on a file, there's some other options over here on the right. So right now I'm selected on this folder. If I wanted to share what's inside this folder with someone else, I can send them an email directly. So if you click this button, it'll allow you to type in each person's email individually. If you click this little chain link button, this gives you like a little link that you can email to people. So I actually just used this not too long ago. So like when people ask me about the audio lectures I record, I can share this link with them and it'll send them to my page so they can download the file. I also just used this for our video. I had to create some audio files for my group, and instead of putting it on a flash drive and walking over and handing it to them, I was able to just put it on my Google Drive and send them the link, and then they can go to the link and download it themselves. So that's, again, it's just really convenient to use a cloud service. Over here there's these little three dots. This is a drop down menu. If you click it, then you can have the option to download the file or folder or whatever it is. Okay. Alright, so let me open up, let's say I wanted to open up this folder. Right now it's showing in a list view, so everything's listed. If you see up here on the right, there's a little grid view. You can click this, it's a toggle button. So it'll go back and forth between list and grid. The grid kind of shows a little bit of a preview of each file, which is nice if you're looking through pictures or something. It also will show previews of PDF documents, Word documents, PowerPoints, that kind of thing. If you double click on a file, like let's say I was on this one, it'll show a preview of it, a large one, so that you can see what it actually has. If you remember, just like on Facebook, there's these little arrows when you're clicking through pictures, and you can use those to kind of click through the different files if you want to see more than one. Okay? So this is like my wife's like jewelry business thing that she does on the side for fun. If you want to get outside of a preview, you can click anywhere off of the picture, or if you wanted to click on this little back arrow at the top left, that will take you out. Let's say you wanted to download one of these files, like let's say you wanted to download like this picture. So if you select the picture, you can go to that drop down menu and click download here, or again you can preview it, click the download button at the top here, and then as you see at the bottom it's asking me about downloading it. Okay, so that's how you download the file. At the top here you can see a little breadcrumb trail. So it starts off with the My Drive and it's showing that I'm in Kayla's Creations. If I wanted to go back, I can just click on this. If I wanted to, let me go back to list view. If I wanted to like open my documents folder, it'll show in the breadcrumb trail, and as I click through more folders it'll progressively lengthen. So let's say I click on my professional folder, it'll show up here at the top. Medicine, here's PA School Semester 1. Okay, so as you can see it just keeps growing, and if you want to go back to any of these folders you can just simply click on this. Alright, so let me take anatomy for example. So I have anatomy organized by, like I have all my audio lectures in one folder, and then I have everything organized by tests. So like here's test 1, test 2. So if you just pick one and you open it, like here's a couple PowerPoints, and I even have some Word documents in here. So like for instance, if I was to again double click one of these files, it'll show a preview, and you can scroll through it if you wanted to look through and see what the file has in it. Again, if you want to download it, there's the little download button here at the top within the preview, or if you click off of it, if the file is selected, then you do the drop down button. Okay? Alright. Let me go ahead and log out of this. I'm going to click on my picture at the top and just click sign out. So let me go and we're going to go to the UCPA 19. You don't have to type at gmail.com again. And then just type in the password. I tried to pick something that would be easy to remember. So hopefully it makes you smile every time you type it in. So it's in the email that I sent you. Alright, so here we're inside the Google Drive for our class now. So you can see there's not really a lot here just because it's brand new. But here's semester 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I don't know if we'll use this or not, but I went ahead and created a folder for the Student Society, so I don't know if they'd be comfortable with putting our documents on here, or it doesn't matter. I can even put it on my drive, or if we wanted to just use paper, whatever, we can decide that as a group. So let me go ahead and click on, let's say, semester 1. Here's the different classes that we're taking. So here's like anatomy. Let's say I wanted to open up this anatomy file and add some files. So I showed you how to download files. Let me show you how to upload files. So here I have 3 files over here on the left. So I have a Word document, position, assistant, oath, and then I have a couple of pictures. So one thing you can do is you can drag the picture and drop it. So drag and drop. That's pretty standard with today's software. So it just took a second. It's already done. Here's the file. Again, it's showing in the grid view. And that's a toggle button up here at the top. There's you can change between list view and grid view. If I double click it, so here's my wife and I on our 3rd year anniversary. It shows a preview. If you click off of it or click the back arrow, it'll take you out. Let's say I wanted to upload a file. Instead of dragging and dropping, you can do it another way. If you click this new button at the top, you can add a new folder. So like if we had we just changed and went to a new unit in anatomy, you can add a new folder, call it like lower extremity or whatever, unit 7. Really the key to all of us being able to use this efficiently is being organized. So if we organize things by unit or by test, I think that would probably be best. So right here, you can go File, Upload. So you can click that and then just select the file off your desktop. So like here's another picture. I thought this was funny. We took this at Rocky Mountain National Park. We were looking at all these like little chipmunks running around. So there you go. So I went to New, File, Upload, and selected the picture, and there it is. You can double click and preview it. You can click off of it. If I wanted to download this file, I can click on it and download. And then you'd go through those steps to save it, whatever you want to call it. And then it'll just appear on my desktop. Okay, so that is pretty much the basics. So if you create a nice lecture outline, or if you have a concise diagram that you think others would find useful, you might consider uploading it so that other people can use it to learn. If you want, maybe even starting next semester, or if you guys want any lectures that I record for finals or something, I can even upload those if that would be helpful. So one final note, I feel like I have to say this just because I don't want any future issues with this, but hopefully it goes without saying, please don't upload any answers to like individual assignments or take-home tests or anything like that, because I don't want anyone to get in trouble for cheating or anyone else to be tempted to cheat, because obviously that'll get you possibly kicked out of the program. Not worth it. So just use common sense. This drive is very convenient, but I just don't want to abuse it. So anyway, if you have any further questions, I'd be happy to talk with you, or if you're interested in using something like this for your own personal use or your own school documents, there's other services that I could talk to you about, like using Gmail or Google Calendar or Google Photos, but we'll save that for another time. So until then, that's how you do it. And then when you sign out, you just click the button and click sign out.